tell us about why we're here today.
Friday afternoon at about 3:30 p.m., the Modesto Police Department received a call of a suspicious circumstance at the Chase Bank at 3430 Tully Rd. That's near the intersection of Tully and Stanford. The original call came in as there being 2, possibly 3 female employees that were experiencing rashes, exposure to some sort of substance. We also had information that an individual had just made a deposit here at the bank, and that deposit, the money that this individual came in with, was wrapped up at that point in time. They started developing symptomology a short time later, called us. We subsequently called the Modesto Fire Department and their Hazmat specialists, and they have since responded to the scene. The progress out here at the scene started out with isolating the bank, turning off the heat and AC units, isolating the victims, getting non-essential personnel out of the building, and in coordination with the other emergency responders, we were able to accomplish that fairly quickly. We are working with officials from Chase Bank to ensure that all of their assets are protected as well inside the bank. At this point in time, we're a couple hours into the call. The employees have been decontaminated here in the parking lot, and they've been transported for medical treatment by an ambulance company. And at this point, the fire department's getting ready to go in and try and retrieve the money that was brought into the bank, so it can be turned over to the Department of Environmental Resources for testing. At this point, we are starting a criminal investigation, though we don't know how far it'll go in that realm. We are concerned about the nature of the circumstances. They are suspicious. We will be looking into them, and we do intend upon finding out what the intentions of this individual were and whether or not there were any harmful substances here inside the bank.
And you said 3 contaminated, but there was 5 of them I saw rinsed off. Did you say one of them was a bank manager? And
there were originally 3 females that were believed to be contaminated, that had some type of symptomology, the rash, the burning of the skin. There were, I believe, at least 1, if not 2 more bank employees that may have had some contact that developed symptomology as well, but not to that extent. Their symptomology, as I mentioned, burning of the skin, a little bit feverish, redness on their skin, and some blisters. So we are concerned about that, and we will be looking into the causes for that reaction.
And were they taken to the hospital?
They were taken to the hospital.
Were there any customers in the bank at the time?
I don't know if there were customers in the bank at the time that this individual came in. I can tell you that there were customers that did come into the bank shortly before and shortly after the first responding police officers. So our initial intent was to isolate the bank, to shut off the non-essential equipment, the heat and AC unit, and to work with bank management to ensure that non-essential personnel did not remain inside the building.